Good morning. Welcome to yoga. Please come to your seated position. That brings a sense of peace to your body relatively. We feel more open at the end of practice. Possibly having a block or something available for half moon pose today. You can use a little stool or something. Wow. Mindfully fold in. So a little releasing of your leg joints on each side if you like. So that you can begin today with a forward fold. Come all the way out and down, whatever that is for your body. Go slowly so that your lower back can stretch gently as you come out and down. Relax your arms and your head downward. And stop. And start paying attention to your breath. Grounding and settling energy. Are you holding back? Three more breaths with sound through your nose. Last one, back body breathing. Deep exhalation into the center of your body. Inhale slowly, rise slowly. Find center with your hands at your heart. Gently find length to your spine through your neck as well. So your neck feels long, your shoulders are down. Resting grounded into your seat and strong in your center. Breathe deeply in. Out. It's a moment to pause, maybe about why you're here. Study yourself through the movement of the body and the breath. Please bring your hands behind you for heart lifting pose and release out your legs. So fingers forward and elbows bend. Come back into those bent elbows, letting your heart area stretch. Spread and spiral out your hands, hug your elbows in. You can squeeze your shoulder blades a little bit to broaden your front body. Gaze down at your nose. Find that and then add to it, turning the soles of your feet away from each other. Just kind of a production, at least for my body. So bring your knees together, just try to turn your soles out, come back to your heart lift and breathe a few more times. Loving our feet and ankles. Exhale, release both actions. Let your legs come out in front. Cross the right over the left. And then come over to your left side into an infinity side bend. Just find a nice side stretch. Let your arms come away so you have room to roll over towards that side of your leg and hip. For one. This is a great example of you're finding the right amount of sensation. There's no destination here. Just lengthen your side body. Find a place where you can breathe really well. One more time, slowly inhale. Feel what inhale does to the pose. Exhale, feel what exhale does to the pose. And release with some slowness to center. Sit tall, find center. Deep breath. Second side, already feeling the energy of your body as we begin these movements. You can roll over to your side of your leg and hip as you like. Spread your hand on the earth, find your side stretch. Also find a steady place for your eyes to go. Generally following your nose is a good general rule. So we can reach the hip away from the hand away from the hip. You're in the driver's seat. Let your mind focus on your body and your breathing. Letting other things go in the process. Release the pose once you have completed that, and fold both of your legs over towards the left side of your mat. Nestle them into each other and come to a rotation, a twist of the spine, tucking your hand under your knee or holding your knee. Other arm behind for support, look back, twist. Let your belly lengthen and stretch. 4, and one more breath. Slowly breathe in. Breathe out. Just release your head. Look over your other shoulder. Let's take an extra breath with that. And release over to the other side. You can do a little float through center if you would like to playfully catch your balance. Arrange your legs. Stay grounded. Rotate. Nice long belly. Arms supported and open behind. Open hand. Look back, twist. Our sensation in our body gives us the information we need to take care of ourselves. Just information. Try not to judge any tightness, any weakness. Exhale. Turn your head, look over your opposite shoulder. One more breath. Exhale, finishes, soften those actions and release to quarter dog pose. You can have a blanket under your knees if you need it. Wide knees, toes tuck. Carefully go back towards your heels. Bring out your arms, spread your hands, and bring your head down. Elbows up, head down. Hips pull away from the hands. See what happens to your breathing here. Curious about the breath. And keep determined with your breathing through your nose, even if you feel a little stuffy or dry. It will improve at least somewhat. Exhale one more time. Release your feet and hips up slowly. Ground the tops of your feet now. Heart chakra pose. Walk out your arms. So try to keep the hips up more over the knees in this one. Bring back up. So I stay on my mat. And reach your heart towards the floor. You can bring your head down. Keep your elbows lifted. Find a little lift in your low belly and pelvic floor. One more time, just try to soften your heart center towards the earth. And then rise up to kneeling for a moment. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Again, ground the tops of your feet and gently bring your pelvis forward. Opening up your heart center. Downward gaze, counter gaze. One more breath. Learning how to stand on your knees. Bring your pelvis back underneath you and come to downward facing dog. Hips up, head down. V shape, so you might need to bend your knees. So you're not a U shape with a round back, but you want an extended spine. The pelvis tips forward. Breathe deeply. Would you like to bend your knees one at a time, a few times? Once that is complete, bring both heels towards the earth. Breathe deeply once more. I've noticed that dogs tend to start with downward dog and then go to upward dog. So join me for a little exploration if you don't mind bringing yourself slowly to upward dog. You can bring down your knees, roll back your shoulders, just the right amount, downward gaze. Slowly back to the downward dog. Just try that once or twice more. So I'm going to just start with a knee down version to help you if you're not as familiar with that transition. Carefully roll back your shoulders, let your elbows bend if you need. Back to downward dog, establish it. And one more time, just imagine a favorite animal moving from down dog to up dog. You know how they shake out their feet in the upward dog position. You could try lifting up one at a time. Press back, exhale. Come to standing and fold forward for a moment. Let your knees bend as they need to. Focusing here on grounding, not on straightening. One more exhale. Inhale and stand up. Add an upward reach. Keep stretching your inhale. Exhale, bring your arms down into the sides of your body slowly. Roll your shoulders back and down a few times. Just release tension in your upper body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Spread them apart from each other. Twice more. Squeeze elbows together behind. Broad elbows. Round your back. Like a cat-cow move. Focused on the center of the spine. And broad. Neutral. Tadasana. Yoga Shivha. Awaken a sense of empowerment in your body strength, your upper body, and your whole body. So, welcoming the sun. It's out today. Inhale, sky. It's always out there, whether we can see it or not. Exhale, earth. Fold forward, slowness, exhaling. Breath and movement together. A slow inhale to half lift pose. A little of that heart forward energy here. Exhale, stepping back to plank pose or chaturanga. Work with your own practice. Yeah, chaturanga, add a little elbow bend or a lot. Inhale to upward facing dog. Take an extra breath in these poses if you need to. And exhale to downward dog for 5 breaths. Use the knee down version at any point if you need to catch your breath. A little upward movement in the low belly. Observe the sides of your body for a moment. Try to lengthen your sides. Exhale once more. Step forward to half lift pose, breathing in. So you can wait to start inhaling until you need to. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stand up. Let it unfurl and exhale. Come into the sides of your body, grounded. Free breath, nose gaze. Feel your energy. Bringing your mind inward. Inhale, sky. Let your breath out slowly so you have plenty of time to fold in. Let your hands go where they reach. Tuck your chin. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head, half lift pose. There's a forward energy here. Before you breathe out, bring down your hands. And then breathe out, step back, add the elbow bend. Upward dog, press it straight. Downward dog. There's a reason to keep coming through these poses. Moving our whole bodies, using our whole bodies. Try pressing your fingertips a little bit into the earth to awaken your hand arches. And then exhale, just relax your hands, pressing open. Inhale to the front of your mat. It's a process. Come to the half lift, stretching that breath. Exhale, slowly fold in. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, complete, down into the sides. Deep breath. Focus on gentle alignment here, tall and relaxed, composed. Finding the sense of inner composure as well. Revolving Utkatasana pose, fierce pose, bring yourself into a standing squat position with your hips reaching way back. You can bring your feet together or have them hip distance apart. Add a little twist over towards the right. Develop this if you want. I'm going to work my legs together, reach up and down. Work where you feel good today. For 1. Fierce pose. 2. 3. 4. And one more time. Release your twist first. Find center and press yourself up to standing. Breathe deeply. Exhale, squat, second side. Revolve lightly or try the reach up and down position if you want to. For 1, 2, shoulders off the ears, long neck. 3, 4, one more breath. Hold steady and then release the rotation. Exhale, inhale. Rise on out. Step your feet apart if they were together there. Come to Uttanasana, forward fold. Reach behind your legs and try to come to the front of your leg with your opposite hand. So like a little shin hold, you can bend your knees. Cross knee in the front, from behind. For 1. It's okay to just hold your elbows if this doesn't work. Remember not to hold back. If you have some more space to release towards your legs, do so gently here on this last breath. Try to grow just a little bit. And release, bring down your hands. Step your legs back. Try to keep your hips low. Plank pose, hold for 5. 4, press your legs towards the sky. Try to use your whole body, integrating your strength. Last breath. Press back, downward dog. And step your right leg forward. Angle your back foot, rise up, warrior A. Plenty of time. So thinking of that idea of integrating all of your strength and not just hanging out in your joints here. Try to awaken your muscles around your bones and joints as you find this lunge, relaxing your shoulders on top of your ribs. Then with that downward, take up your arms. Last thing we can do here is lift your chin a little bit with a nice long neck. Eyes up towards your thumbs for 1. Lifting your back arch. 2, 3, 4. Not holding back. One more breath. All these actions in unity. 5. Warrior B. A moment to reach front and back now. To find that lunge that has us turn to the side with our ribs and hips. It doesn't have to be all the way to the side. Just side. Check on your knee alignment. You should see your big toe. And now focus on ribs and shoulders. Gently gather your fingers together. Gaze off your front fingertips. Four, and the last breath. Release your arms when you are ready to breathe in. Straighten your leg, turn to wide parallel feet on this side. A moment to find your stance. Reach out, breathe in, spread your fingers wide. Breathe out, interlace behind your back and draw your hands down and squeeze your shoulder blades. Relax that, come to forward fold. So you may bend your knees. You can keep your arms on your back. If it feels good in your body to bring your shoulder blades together and release your arms away from your back towards the floor, you may. New perspective. Let the bones in your spine lengthen. Let your low back and legs stretch out. And open your heart. One more breath. Relax into exhale. Rise up. Press your legs. Use your whole body for that rise. And release. Make your way to downward facing dog. So you flow through, or just kind of downward dog. So that we come to the other side from the same position. Warrior A, starting with the left foot forward. Observe the intelligence of your feet as you teach them these positions, how you feel your way in, finding that earth connection. You have time to settle into the foundation today. Find that lift in your back arch, shoulders down, use gravity here, and then just arms up, palms up. You may take your plane of your face towards the sky a little bit or a lot. 1, 2, concentrate on all these actions coming together. 3, 4, 5, release down your hands. Warrior B, a few rounds of breath to come out to the side position, to observe lower body connection, and then ribs and shoulders, arrange them. Reach your arms and your eyes. Horizon gaze here. Take a glance, make sure you can see your big toe on that front foot. 4, one more breath. Breathe out. Breathe in, rise up, turn to wide parallel feet once again. Prasarita Padottanasana, C pose. Interlace the other way. Come forward carefully. Observing the subtle difference as you weave your fingers the different way, or maybe not so subtle. You're working your shoulders down off your ears, your neck is long. Heart opening. One more deep breath. Let inhale energy help you come up using your whole body. Release your arms and stay. Triangle pose to the right side. Stance might be a little wide. You are free to shorten your stance or stay as you are. Just angle your back foot in. And let's think about half moon pose as we practice triangle today, because they share a lot of the same qualities. Radiate from your belly center. Reach up and down. Eyes up towards the sky. To that thumb up in the air. One more breath. Draw in your navel. Come up and change sides. So that the navel end helps us come slowly in and out with protection for our low backs. Find the foundation, turn your eyes upward, and radiate from the city of jewels in your belly center. Manipura. One more breath. Remember to come up with your center engaged. Come out to extend a side angle, stay on this side, lunge it out again like warrior B. Lean and reach, curling your pinky side down. Gently gather the hands or bring your hand to the floor or your block. Got one today. Shoulder off the ear. A great pose to think of integrating your entire body. From that lifted back arch to your cupped hand. 4th breath. And 5th breath. Over to the other side. Bring your block with you if you're using one. Find your warrior bee lunge, lean and reach into extended side angle pose, second side. Shoulder out the ear, back arch lifting. Determined breath through your nose. It helps. Body steadiness helps us find brain steadiness. One more exhale. Come on up and out. Releasing to the front section of your mat. And looking at warrior A position, C. Possibly having a block or a stool or something in front of you, or turn to face a wall, so you can really focus on the leg lift. So warrior C, hips to the front, reach back with your right leg. So it's parallel to the floor-ish. If you want to get fancy, arms in eagle pose. For 1, 2, if you need your arms for balance, use them. Don't give up, keep trying. 1 more breath. And release. Second side. Concentrate, find a steady gazing point for one leg balances. On the floor out in front of you. Lift your back leg, try to bring it parallel to the floor. Standing knee can bend to give you a little more use of your muscles in your legs. Add your eagle wrap if you would like. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it on down. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, heart center. Let it be. Standing split is a similar pose. You can have the block stool in front of you to fold forward and lift up the right leg again, but this time try to lift it higher than you did before. So you can bow towards your other leg to any degree. For 1, 2, taking that giant leap to the Himalayas, like Hanuman. 1 more breath, activate, reach that leg up to the sky, and then release. Bring it on down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, second side. Forward fold. Reach up your left leg towards the sky, continuing to fold towards your straight leg. Just do your best. We hardly ever do this one. 3. Think Hanuman, giant leap of love. 1 more time, energize that lift. And then bring it on down. And exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees a bit and stand up. Exhale. And practicing half moon pose now, so you can turn side on your mat, out to the left, and act like you're coming into triangle pose with your right leg forward, and then you can use your block or reach to the floor. So we have side facing hips. Try to straighten up your standing leg. Lift your back leg straight, parallel to the floor. Reach up and down, and maybe gaze up, but you might need your gaze down for steadiness. Try to use your whole body. If you feel a little unstable, part of what we're doing here is creating stability around your hip and in your core muscles. 1 more breath, only. Carefully bend your knees so you can land softly. Bring your block width if you're using one, turn around, whatever you need to do to find that shape on the other side. So like you're coming into triangle pose. Come to the floor or block with your hands. Lift your back leg and reach up and down. It'll be over soon. Just do your best. 1 more time, deep breath, energy. Bend your knee to come softly out. Return to the top section of your mat and just pause and let be. Let's go up to victory arms, widen your feet. Arms raised in a V, shoulders down. And a few victorious breaths. Feel the energy from the efforts. Let it soften. Exhale one more time, bring down your hands. Come down to a squat position. So goddess squat, wide as your mat, turn out your toes. Sink downward. You can come lower than your hips. Your hips can come lower than your knees, I'm sorry. Press your hands together, breathe 5 times. See if you can go lower than this with your hips if your body does that. Just go low for you. Use my hands down to help me explore, going lower in the hips. Just explore a little longer. Carefully sit down. So you do what you need to do. Just sit down and come to Malasana with the feet together, knees apart. Coming through the center. Reach out as far as you can. And then internally rotate your shoulders. Start with your thumbs. Just roll that underside and bend your elbows. Draping your arms beside you. Maybe catching your hands back there. Just bring them back. Bring down your head. 5 breaths. Garland pose. A garland of flowers, marigolds, maybe something that you like the smell of. One more time, Malasana. And release. Stretch out your legs, come down to your mat. Pausing in our seated mountain pose called staff pose, Dandasana. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Draw back on your toes. One more deep breath. Feel your chest rise and fall away. And bring your toes towards the earth. Bring your hands back to heart lift position, this time lifting hips if possible. So you might just press your hands and think about it. If you can manage it, lift it up. Squeeze your glutes, try to use the whole body. If you need to ease it up just a little bit, step your feet into a bridge pose. Almost done, 2 breaths, nose gaze. And slowly lower down and release. Bring your right knee in towards your chest and open it out to the sides, developing a 90-degree angle here over time. Don't hold back. Inhale, reach up, face your straight leg. Exhale, go out first, as far as you can. Bend down, catch your foot or leg or floor. So you're actively bringing yourself towards your foot with your arms. Let your head go all the way towards your leg. Connect with your breathing. Notice when you can breathe really deeply in a pose. Just enjoy that. Sometimes you have to work on finding your breath. Exhale once more. Inhale, release, reaching up. Exhale, bring down your arms. Widen your straight leg away from your bent leg. A moment to find your foundation here, and then part of Rita Janushirasana, the revolved head to knee pose. So we're side bending out towards that foot. You may reach with one or both hands. Turn your heart towards the sky. Be where you are. Not too much, not too little. Use your breath as a guide once more. Releasing with some care and slowness. Return to Dandasana pose. Second side, left knee to your chest. Open the hinge of your hip. Find your 90-degree work that you're heading in that direction. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, out and down. Be with where you are on this side. Make a connection somewhere with your hands. Bring down your head. Let your brain feel calmed. Observe your breathing one more time. Softening into a place where you feel complete for today with this work. Inhale, slowly release and reach up. Exhale, hands down. Widen your straight leg out. Refine your foundation. Side bend as you are ready. Go exploring. Reaching one or both hands towards your foot, or just reaching overhead. Work with yourself. I'm trying not to hold back when I'm teaching. Trying to work all the way at where I am with the poses as I ask you to do. One, make sure you can breathe. Two, three. Last breath, inhale deeply. Exhale deeply. Slowly come on out of this pose and release out to your belly for a bit of belly time, starting with the forearm position of Dolphin Pose. And stretch out your legs again. Head hangs down between your elbows. Just one more deep breath. Transitioning slowly to your belly from here. Lift your head. Walk your legs back one at a time. You can wiggle side to side on the balls of your feet to lower, lower, lower. And then slowly bring your belly and your thighs down. Release your feet. Come into Sphinx pose for 5 breaths. So you can bring your elbows further away if it's too deep. Round your pelvis towards the floor gently. Lift your back rib cage as well as your front. Gaze at your nose, breathe 5 times. Exhale, release your elbows away from you one at a time to come down slowly. Resting your chin or your forehead on your hands in front of you. Bend your knees, flex your feet, pick your knees off the floor, 5 breaths. Weight shifting towards your face. One more deep breath, lift it up and release. Repeat that for a second time, or join me for Dhanurasana, the bow pose. You want to fly backward, thumbs down with your arms. Lift your chest, bend your knees, catch your ankles. And then press your ankles into your fingers. Lift your knees off the floor, gaze at your nose. Weight goes forward towards your chest. It's fine to stay with the preparation. Exhale, lower your knees, release your head to one side. Just relax on your belly for a few rounds of breath. Feel the energy increase from the back bends. Over to the other side, just turn your head, soften again. Heart rate slowing down. Coming back to child's pose to continue that slowing down work. Knees close or wide, your choice. Breath in your kidney area. One more time, slow deep breath. As you are ready, wait for your own breath. Stretch that inhale really long, pause for a moment. Exhale, also stretch it out. And pause. When you are ready to breathe in, rise up and release to your seat once again, please. So earlier we did this twist where we fold both legs over to the side. So you can stay with this, or if you want to widen your knees from each other, so that means take the top leg, bring the knee towards the side of your mat. The bottom foot can come into half lotus pose. If that works for your knees, no knee strain, keep it on the floor or use the first variation. And we want to keep weight forward in the knees here as we create the look back twist. Fourth breath, last one. Slow release to center. Change the cross of your legs over the other way. So start with the easy stack. Fine, you can practice here or try widening the top leg out. Bottom foot like Janu Sirsasana or coming in to half lotus pose if it works. Really mixed feedback on this one. Actually, I had requests for it. So lift your heart, twist back. You can wrap your arm around the back of your waist. Sorry, I forgot that on the other side. Weight towards the knees. 2, 3. And 5. Feel your breath leave and then release your pretzel. Pause a moment to put on some socks if you'd like to for the last part of class or long sleeves to keep your warmth, and lie down as you're ready. Finding the center of your body on your back. Come to bridge pose. Onto figure 4 from bridge. Pick up your left leg, hip out to the side, knee out to the side. A little flex in that foot, rest upon your other knee. Check in that your heart is open and your neck is long. You can add some support under your head here if you like. Stay just as you are if you would like to, or bring your legs in. You can interlace around your thigh or your shin. Check again on your neck. So you want energy to flow through the Sushumna Nadi, spinal cord, the river of energy. The ever blissful, shining that central channel with your breathing, your awareness. One more slow breath. Take your time with it. Release it back to the bridge foundation. For the second side, external hip rotation, a little brightness as you come into this position. Deciding to stay, you can go further away or come in. Yogi's choice. I have to pick up my head to reach on this side, but I can still reach. So explore it in your own body. Let me know if you come across questions about things like that. Sometimes you don't know until you try it. If you can place your head back down, you can put it down. Deeply breathe another time, slow, slow. Release these actions in your body carefully back to center. Grounding your arms, palms down, lifting up your legs, coming to Plow Pose or Purna, the preparation for Plow, which is taking your fists underneath your pelvis so you lift it up a little bit. So practice the little lift in Plow Pose. If your body enjoys coming all the way up and over towards the floor, you can practice that. Keep your neck long, spine centered. Reach through your toes. Be with this quality of upside down, folded in shape. One more breath. I'm going to try to reach your legs up towards the sky, more straight. Use the ground, use your arms. If your hips want to come down to the floor, that's just fine. Let's all slowly release spine, one notch at a time. Down, down, control that release. And then bring it on into happy baby pose. Yogi's choice of how you hold on here. Nice long neck. Rocking energy that feels nice. So we can calm ourselves just like our little selves. We're calmed potentially by rocking energy. We are still able to tap into that. By creating calm energy, we free our energy. Find stillness. Breathe a few more times. And then release your feet to the floor and come up into a sustainable bridge pose for about 8 breaths. Just something that feels like a nice release across the front of your hips. Doesn't have to be high. You could even take your block under your pelvis if you can reach your block. Stretch out your hip flexors. So this one in the figure 4, if you get tight from driving, these are some nice counter poses. One more breath. Lower down. Bring your knees to your chest. Bring your head towards your knees and rock up. So you can create a little rocking momentum. Hold on. Rock up. And come into your seated pose of choice for some breathing practice. Take time to make sure that you can relax and be comfortable. Half lotus, lotus, easy pose, folded knees, all good. Work where you are. Let's start with the Yoga Mudrasana. Hold your hands behind your back. You can hold one of your wrists. And then bow forward in the gesture of receiving gratitude. One more deep breath. Follow inhale to a tall spine, straightening out your arms and coming into this gesture that represents our connectedness, which is the thumb and index finger touching. Let your other fingers release towards the earth. Arms straight, chin towards your chest. Breathing very slowly. Learning this, just be very patient. Learn to take in a little breath at a time. You can tell yourself that it's okay if you need that kind of messaging to be full of breath and float there. Let your exhale release very slowly. When you start to feel empty, just try to let a little bit more exhale happen. Let it feel complete, and then slowly breathe in. Transfer between those two energies with pauses. It used to seem like an eternity to me before my teacher would count one. So I encourage you to dig deeply here. But we must do so without force. We must just allow our breathing to slow and deepen. It's fine to pause for a regular breath if you need to. One more time, inhaling. Exhale. And relax and release. Once that's complete, pause and rest. You can flow through up dog and down dog once more if you want to stretch out your legs from the seated pose, or just stretch them out as you lie back. Covering yourself so you stay warm on a cold day. Covering your eyes if that helps you be less restless. Supporting under your knees if that brings contentment to your body. And take a few moments to arrange yourself. So that your body may receive the benefits of this practice. Breathe deeply in through both sides of your nose, clearing that sense of clearing the central channel. Then open your mouth and release your breath out. Give yourself the message that your breath can do its own natural thing now. And you may still pay attention to your breathing as a way of staying present. Pay attention to releasing all efforts from your body so that only the natural ones remain. The movement of the breath, the impulse of the heartbeat. As the outer layer of your body relaxes, you might find a deeper connection to your inner layers, like your pranic layer, energetic layer. You can sense your body's energy. Visit your hands with your mind and feel their energy. Continue to soften and release. Now I am old and free from time. How spacious life, unbeginning, unending, sky where the wind blows, the ever-moving clouds and clouds of starlings on the wing, chaffinch and apple leaf across my garden lawn, winter paradise with its own birds and daisies, and all the near and far that I can see. Each blade of grass signed with the mystery across whose face, unchanging, ever-changing, past summer and winter, day and night. Great countenance of the unknown known, you have looked upon me all my days, more loved than lover's face, more merciful than the heart, more wise than spoken word, unspoken theme, simple as earth, in whom we live and move. Invite yourself to release your stillness. Take your time. Do it in your own way. Deeper breaths, gentle movements, and a slow return to the beginning. Come back to your seat, bring your hands together, inhale deeply. Om. And like we began, come forward and release. Another deep breath. And rise. Hope your energy feels nicely awakened, and they've got some calm reserves for later. Practice is part of you now. Thank you for joining me. Let me know if I'm asking too much or not explaining enough how you did with all that.